Welcome. This is your Need to Know. This is an episode recap, so there will be spoilers, sweetie. Music by Sisters AI Rhythmic. Check them out on YouTube.
This is your Need to Know.
Spoiler, sweetie.
This is your Need to Know.
Right, so strap yourselves in because we're going deep on Silo Season 2,
Yeah.
Episode 4, the Harmonium.
Mm-hmm.
Got a ton of reviews and fan reactions to get through,
Yeah.
but, we're not just going to recap what happened. We're going to unpack it.
Yeah.
We're going beyond just the plot
Mm-hmm.
to uncover, like, the why,
Yeah.
the hidden meanings,
Yeah.
the chilling implications.
Huh?
That stuff that's going to make you see this episode in a whole new light.
I love that.
Yeah.
What's really interesting about this episode, the Harmonium, is how it juggles these like two drastically different settings and tones. Now you've got this like political chess game happening in Silo 18, and then this shocking death.
Oh, yeah.
And then we just like completely shift gears over to Juliette's just desperate struggle for survival in Silo 17.
Right.
But you know what's crazy?
What?
Somehow both of these stories actually feed into the core themes of the show.
That's so true.
Like control, manipulation, and what it really means to be free in the silo.
Ugh, yeah.
You know?
So messed up.
It's wild.
Okay, let's start with the bombshell in Silo 18,
Yeah.
Judge Meadows' death.
Oh, man.
Reviews are calling it a gut punch, and, like, for sure,
Yeah.
brutal.
Totally agree.
But it's not just about the shock value, right?
No, not at all.
This is where the show gets really unsettling. Like, what's going on?
Well, I think the episode masterfully employs this like dramatic irony.
Okay.
We see Bernard and he's wrestling with these genuine feelings for Meadows,
Right.
but then he's the one who orchestrates her poisoning.
It's so messed up.
Yeah, it's like this chilling reminder that, in the silo,
Mm-hmm.
personal feelings, they don't really matter.
Right.
Ultimately, it's all about the order.
Yeah, that order thing.
Right.
It's seriously creepy.
It's so
Like
good.
Bernard clings to it like a life raft,
Yeah.
even when it means making these horrific choices.
It's crazy.
So is he just like a heartless puppet?
Mm-hmm.
Or is there something more going on?
That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think the key here is that
Right.
the order, it's not just a set of rules.
Right.
It's an ideology.
Oh.
It's designed to warp people's thinking.
Whoa.
Make them believe that like sacrificing individuals
Right.
is somehow for the greater good.
Hmm.
Bernard, I don't think he's necessarily evil,
Right.
but he's been brainwashed by the system
Yeah.
into believing that like cruelty is the only path to stability.
Right.
You know?
It's messed up.
It's wild.
And it's not just him. Right.
Of course not.
Like, remember that scene with the VR goggles?
Oh, tell me about it.
He uses them to give Meadows, like, this peaceful final moment
Right.
before the poison kicks in.
Oh, yeah.
That is messed up
It's so messed up.
on so many levels.
And on so many levels.
Like, what is happening?
Well, it highlights how the silo weaponizes technology, right?
Okay.
Like VR, it could be used for good,
Yeah.
but in their hands, it becomes this tool for manipulation,
Right.
for creating the illusion of choice and compassion
Mhm.
when there is none.
Wow.
It's the silo's way of saying even your death is part of our plan,
Ugh, chilling.
isn't it?
Okay, speaking of manipulation,
Oh, yeah.
we got to talk about Robert Sims.
Oh, that guy.
Oh my gosh, he's like a snake in the grass.
Oh, totally.
Always slithering his way into power.
Always.
The way he orchestrated that whole impeachment campaign against Meadows.
Oh, yeah.
Pure Machiavellian genius.
Oh, yeah.
Like, how does he do it?
I know.
But even his cunning backfires.
Right.
I love that.
It's like Sims's actions.
Mhm.
They reveal this like crucial aspect
Yeah.
of the silo's power structure.
What's that?
Absolute trust.
Yeah.
Impossible.
Right.
Bernard, even though he rewards Sims,
Mm-hmm.
he remains paranoid.
Right.
It highlights that in this environment,
Yep.
anyone can become expendable.
Oh, that's so true.
It's this like constant struggle for power, right? Where betrayal is always like lurking beneath the surface.
Ugh, so stressful.
Yeah.
Okay, before we move on to Silo 17,
Yeah.
we got to talk about Sheriff Billings.
Oh, Billings.
That guy's like a dog with a bone.
He is.
Still digging into the firebombing from the previous episode.
Yeah, he doesn't give up.
He does not.
That's for sure.
But
Yeah.
is he getting too close to the truth for his own good?
Ooh, that's the million-dollar question.
It is, right.
Right.
Like, come on.
Silo has this nasty habit of silencing those who ask too many questions.
Yeah.
And building suspicions about judicial interference.
Mhm.
They kind of point to this, like, deeper rot within the system.
Right.
And if he keeps pushing, he might find himself on the wrong side of the order.
Oh, no.
But
Yeah.
his investigation is also like this glimmer of hope.
Okay.
It suggests that even in this oppressive environment, this thirst for truth, it can persist.
Yeah.
You know?
I like that.
It's that
A little bit of hope.
a little bit of hope.
Okay, let's shift gears now and head over to Silo 17,
Okay.
where Juliette's having her own adventure.
Yes.
That underwater scene where she's trying to get that firefighting suit.
No.
Intense.
Intense.
You can practically feel the pressure building as she's running out of air.
Oh my gosh. Like, come on.
I was holding my breath watching that scene.
I know, me
It
too.
was so good.
So good.
That sequence is brilliant.
Yeah.
Because it juxtaposes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Juliette's struggle for survival with
Yeah.
all that like political maneuvering in Silo 18.
Oh, totally.
It's a reminder that while the elites are playing their power games,
Yeah.
ordinary people are just fighting for their lives
Right.
against the Silo's harsh realities,
Mm,
you know. And speaking of ordinary people,
Yeah.
we got to talk about Solo.
Oh, Solo.
That guy's become a fan favorite,
He has.
and for good reason.
Oh my God, yeah.
He's like this walking encyclopedia
He is.
of pre-apocalypse knowledge,
He is.
but with this childlike innocence
Yes.
that makes you just want to protect him.
I know. He's so sweet.
Oh, I love him.
So Solo's fascination with relics from the before times,
Yeah.
it's more than just a quirk.
Yeah.
It's a symptom of his upbringing.
Okay.
Having lived in the vault since he was a kid,
Uh-huh.
his understanding of the world.
Yeah.
It's fragmented, shaped by limited information and his own imagination.
Oh, that's interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
This raises some really fascinating questions, like,
Like what?
what was Silo 17's true purpose?
Ooh, good question.
And how did Solo come to be isolated in the vault?
Right.
It's a mystery.
Totally.
It is a mystery.
It's crazy.
Yeah, is it?
Like he knows about circuses and elephants,
Oh, I know.
but then freaks out when Juliet asks about the abandoned classroom.
I know, it's weird.
That gap in his knowledge is telling, don't you think? Yeah, it's super weird.
It suggests that there are, like, deliberate gaps in his education.
Okay.
Maybe the adults in Silo 17,
Mhm.
they wanted him to have certain kind of knowledge,
Right.
a knowledge that wouldn't challenge their authority.
Right.
His fascination with entertainment
Uh-huh.
could be a deliberate distraction from the harsher realities of their world.
Wow.
You know?
That's a good point.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It is crazy.
Like, it's kind of heartbreaking when you think about it.
yeah.
He's craving connection,
Mm-hmm.
but he's also carrying this heavy burden
Yeah.
of a past he doesn't fully understand.
Right.
And then here comes Juliet,
Uh-huh.
desperate to get back to Silo 18,
Yeah.
barely taking the time to really listen to what Solo has to say.
That's a good point.
Right.
It's like she's so focused on her mission,
Exactly.
she's not really seeing him.
It's that, like, laser focus on her mission.
Yeah.
It's understandable,
Right.
but she's missing this golden opportunity.
Solo's knowledge, it could hold vital clues about the Silo's history,
Yeah.
about the nature of the world outside.
Right.
It'll be interesting to see if she eventually prioritizes uncovering that knowledge,
Right.
or if her loyalty to Silo 18
Mhm.
remains her sole driving force.
Oh, that's a great point.
Right.
Yeah, it's a good question.
It's crazy.
Okay, I think we've covered a lot of ground here,
We have.
but we're just getting started.
Oh, yeah.
What really gets me are the lingering mysteries.
Oh, tell me about it.
We've got the coded message that caused Judge Meadows to withdraw from public life.
Yeah.
Those cryptic numbers on the classroom blackboard that Juliette erased.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole Freedom Day celebration.
Yeah.
That feels more like a creepy propaganda event than an actual holiday.
I know.
It's like the writers are dangling these threads in front of us,
They are.
daring us to try and connect them.
I know. It's so good.
It's so good.
It's like a puzzle.
Yeah.
They're giving us these pieces, and we have to put it together.
Right, exactly.
It's so fun.
Okay.
And that's what makes the Harmonium such a compelling episode.
Yeah.
It's not just about delivering answers, you know?
Right.
It's about raising even more questions,
Mhm.
about deepening the mystery,
Mhm.
and making us crave that next installment.
Oh, I am craving it.
Me too.
So bad.
I need to know what happens next.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break.
Okay.
But when we come back,
Yeah.
we're diving even deeper into these mysteries.
Yes.
And what they might reveal about the silo's true nature.
Oh, I can't wait.
Stay tuned.
I'm so excited.
This is your need to know. This is your need to know.
Back in the silo.
Ready to go even deeper into the mysteries of the Harmonium.
All right, let's do it.
What's so fascinating about this episode is like, while it's packed with action,
Right.
it really excels at planting these subtle seeds of doubt.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it makes you question everything you thought you knew about the silo.
Totally.
It's like, what's real, what's not?
Okay, yeah, like take Solo again.
Oh, Solo.
He mentions casually sitting next to a kid in that abandoned classroom,
Right.
then totally clams up when Juliette asks about it.
Yeah.
That's not just him being shy, right?
No, I don't think so.
That's like, what's going on there?
It hints at something deeper,
Yeah.
right? Like trauma.
Right.
Or maybe like a deliberate suppression of memories. Remember, Silo 17,
Yeah.
it's shrouded in secrecy,
Right.
whatever happened there.
Yeah.
It was significant enough to warrant extreme measures.
Right.
So Solo's fragmented memories,
Right.
they might be the key
To unlocking.
to unlocking that past.
Oh, that's a good point.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like a puzzle piece.
And it's not just the classroom thing either.
No, exactly.
Like, he knows about circuses, elephants, even mentions books being contraband in Silo 17.
I know.
It's like they cherry-picked what he learned.
Right.
Yeah, it's so weird.
It's like, why those things?
Yeah.
Why not others?
Exactly.
It points to this like controlled flow of information,
Right.
this carefully constructed narrative
Okay.
designed to like shape his worldview,
Right.
which ties back to that larger theme of manipulation that permeates the silo.
It's everywhere.
Right.
Ugh, it's so creepy.
It's like what we perceive as reality
Yeah.
is often just this like carefully crafted illusion
Right.
designed to maintain order and control.
That is creepy.
It's a little creepy.
Which brings us back to the Order.
Ah, the aura.
That looming shadow hanging over everything.
It's everywhere.
Is it just some ancient rule book or something more sinister?
That's the question, right?
Yeah, what is it?
I think it's both.
Oh.
On the surface, it provides a framework for governance, like a set of guidelines to prevent chaos.
Right.
But underneath that
Yeah.
lies this deeper ideology,
Okay.
a belief system that justifies any action, no matter how ruthless,
Okay.
in the name of preserving the silo.
So are we saying that the original creators
Ooh.
of the silos were straight up evil?
Good question.
Like, did they plan for this whole messed up system?
I mean, it's tempting to see it that way.
Right.
But remember,
Yeah.
we're only getting these glimpses of the past.
Right. Right.
Perhaps they faced unimaginable challenges,
Okay.
made impossible choices
Yeah.
in the face of, like, an unknown threat. The Order might have been their desperate attempt
Okay.
to ensure humanity's survival,
Right.
even at a terrible cost.
Yeah, I could see that.
Right. It's like, what would you do in that situation?
Yes, good point.
You know?
But, okay, even if they started with good intentions, something's clearly gone wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Like, look at Bernard,
Oh, Bernard.
twisting the Order to justify his power grabs.
It's all about power.
Right. He's like a dictator in the making.
He's a little power hungry, isn't he?
He is. He totally is.
But, you know, there's also this, like, tragic element
Okay.
to his character.
What do you mean?
Like, he genuinely believes he's acting for the greater good,
Right.
even as he sacrifices those closest to him.
That's so sad.
It's sad, right?
Yeah.
It's this classic case of the ends justifying the means,
Mhm.
which is a dangerous path
Right.
that often leads to tyranny.
And let's not forget
Oh, yeah.
how easily the silo's residents turn on each other.
Oh, that mob scene.
That whole mob scene against
Yeah.
Mechanical
Oh,
is
yeah.
chilling.
So chilling.
but also kind of realistic.
Yeah, right.
Like, come on, people.
It's this stark reminder of the power of propaganda and fear.
Right, right.
In the silo, information is tightly controlled, leaving people vulnerable to manipulation.
Totally.
They latch on to easy answers, scapegoats, rather than confronting the real problems.
Yeah, the systemic problems that plague their society.
It's easier to blame someone
Right.
than to actually fix the system.
Exactly. And it's like they're living in this pressure cooker.
Oh, totally.
And any little spark could set off an explosion.
Totally agree.
Which, speaking of explosions,
Oh, yeah.
remember that hard drive from last season?
Oh, yeah. What about it?
Turns out it had a coded message
What?
from a previous silo leader.
No way.
And Judge Meadows was freaked out by it.
What?
Freaked out.
That's crazy.
Like, what was on that thing?
That's a game changer.
Right.
It suggests there's this hidden history,
Okay.
a deeper layer of conspiracy that even the silo's elite are unaware of.
Whoa.
Meadows' reaction implies that this message challenged the very foundation of their beliefs, the narrative they've been clinging to for generations.
Oh, that's interesting.
Right.
Yeah, and she refused to tell Bernard what it said, even as she was dying.
No.
Like, whatever she learned, she took it to the grave.
Wow. So what truth
Right.
is so dangerous
It's a good question.
that it had to be buried?
Yeah.
Like, what secrets are the silo's leaders so desperately trying to protect?
What is it?
This single mystery has the potential to unravel everything we thought we knew
Oh my gosh.
about their world.
That's huge.
It's huge.
Okay, my head's spinning a bit.
I know, right?
Can we go back to Solo for a second?
Sure.
I'm still stuck on how Juliette's basically ignoring
I know.
this gold mine of information he has.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Is she really just going to ditch him in Silo 17?
That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah, like, come on, Juliette.
It's this moral dilemma
Okay.
at the heart of their dynamic.
Okay.
Juliette's driven by loyalty to her people, but her tunnel vision,
Right.
it might cost her
Yeah.
valuable insights.
Yeah, she's so focused on getting back.
Solo, despite his limited understanding, represents this connection
Okay.
to a past that the silo has tried to erase.
Right.
So will Juliette recognize his importance?
Ooh, good question.
Or will she sacrifice knowledge in her pursuit of this, like, single-minded goal?
Man, every choice in this show
I know.
seems to come with a heavy price.
It does.
Even the seemingly insignificant details.
Oh, I know.
Like, those numbers Juliette erased from the chalkboard
Yeah.
could have huge implications.
Exactly.
Like, what were those numbers?
We can't afford to overlook anything, those numbers.
Yeah.
They might be coordinates,
Oh.
a code, a clue
Okay.
to another hidden truth.
Oh, that's interesting.
The writers of Silo, they're masters
Yeah.
of layering meaning into
Right.
seemingly mundane details,
Right.
rewarding viewers who pay attention.
That's true. They make you work for it.
They do.
It's like we're piecing together this giant puzzle.
It is. It totally is.
And every episode reveals a new piece. But the more we learn,
Yeah.
the less clear the bigger picture becomes.
It's true.
Like, what is going on?
And that's what makes this show so gripping.
I know.
It keeps us guessing, keeps us engaged,
Yeah.
and keeps us coming back for more.
I'm hooked.
Me too.
We're invested not just in the characters' fates,
Right.
but in unraveling the mysteries of their world.
It's like we're right there with them,
Don't-
trying to figure it out.
Okay, speaking of mysteries,
Oh, yeah.
we've got another big one to tackle.
Okay, what is it?
The celebration of Freedom Day in Silo 18.
Freedom Day.
Something about it just feels off.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like way too happy and cheerful
Uh-huh.
for a society built on control and manipulation.
Right, it's like too perfect.
Exactly.
That's because Freedom Day,
Yeah.
it's not about genuine freedom.
Right.
It's this manufactured holiday.
God.
This carefully crafted spectacle designed to reinforce the silo's authority by celebrating their freedom.
Right.
The residents are inadvertently reaffirming their dependence on the system that confines them.
Wow, that's deep.
It's a little deep.
It's like giving someone a tiny cage
Yeah,
and telling them it's a palace.
exactly.
They might be happy with it,
Right.
but they have no idea what real freedom looks like.
And that's the insidious nature
Yeah.
of the silo's control.
Yeah.
It doesn't just restrict physical movement.
Right.
It limits thought, imagination, and even the very concept of freedom. Freedom Day is like this powerful symbol of that mental and emotional imprisonment.
That's messed up.
It's a little messed up.
Okay, so we've got a power-hungry leader
Uh-huh.
clinging to a mysterious order, a population brainwashed by propaganda,
Yeah.
and a hidden history that could rewrite everything we thought we knew.
I know, it's a lot.
Where do we even go from here?
Yeah. That's the beauty of it. We don't know.
Oh, come on.
And that uncertainty, that sense of impending revelation is what keeps us hooked.
It's true. I'm hooked.
Me too.
The Harmonium has laid the groundwork
It has.
for a truly explosive second half of the season.
I can't wait to see what happens.
All right, we're going to take another quick breather.
Okay.
Well, when we come back,
Yeah.
we'll wrap things up
Okay.
with some final thoughts
Sounds good.
and maybe even some wild speculation
Yeah, I love wild speculation.
about what's in store for our silo dwellers.
Can't wait.
Don't go anywhere. All right, we're back
Back at
for the final stretch
Yeah.
of our deep dive into the Harmonium.
I'm ready.
We've covered so much,
It's been a lot.
from political intrigue to underwater escapes,
Mm-hmm.
from mysterious coded messages to the unsettling implications of Freedom Day.
A lot to unpack. It's
Yeah.
been quite a journey, you know.
It has been.
With so many twists and turns, unanswered questions,
Right.
it's easy to get lost in the maze of details.
Totally.
But I think it's important to, like, step back for a second.
Okay.
Consider the bigger picture.
The bigger picture. All right. I like it.
Like, what are the core themes
Mm-hmm.
that the Harmonium is grappling with?
Okay.
What does it have to say about human nature?
All right.
About the choices we make when we face seemingly insurmountable challenges?
Okay. I'm game.
All right.
Hit me with your philosophical insights.
Okay, here we go.
What's a grand takeaway from this whole silo situation?
I think it boils down to this tension
Okay.
between security
Uh-huh.
and freedom.
Okay. I can see that.
The silo, for all its flaws,
Right.
it provides the sense of safety,
Mm-hmm.
of order
Okay.
in a chaotic world.
Right.
But that security comes at a steep price, you know?
What's that?
The sacrifice of individual liberties,
Right.
the suppression of truth, the constant threat of violence
Yeah.
against those who question the status quo.
It's a lot.
It's a lot to give up
Yeah.
for that sense of safety.
So is the show saying that security is always at odds with freedom?
That's a good question.
Like, can't we have both?
I don't think it's that simple.
Well,
I think the Harmonium
Yeah.
is exploring the complexities of that balance.
Right.
Like, is it possible to create a society
Uh-huh.
that values both
Right.
security and freedom?
Right.
Or are we doomed to forever swing
Mm-hmm.
between the extremes of tyranny and chaos?
Wow. That's a big question.
It's a big question.
It is a big question.
These are questions that humanity has wrestled with for centuries.
Yeah, that's true.
And the silo, with its heightened stakes
Right.
and this, like, claustrophobic setting,
It's very claustrophobic.
it provides a unique lens
Okay.
through which to examine them.
It definitely makes me think twice about taking things for granted.
Yeah, me too.
Like, we might complain about traffic or taxes,
Right.
but at least we can walk outside
Yeah,
without needing permission
exactly.
from some creepy judicial dude.
I know, right?
Good point.
The silo, with its exaggerated control mechanisms,
Yeah.
it serves as this, like, cautionary tale.
Okay.
It shows us what can happen
Uh-huh.
when fear and paranoia take root.
Right.
When those in power
Mhm.
prioritize order over justice.
Right.
When individuals are reduced
Yeah.
to cogs in a machine
Right.
designed to maintain the illusion of stability.
And the scariest part
Yeah.
is it all feels a bit too real.
I know, right?
Like, we see this kind of manipulation,
Yeah.
this erosion of trust,
Mm-hmm.
and individual liberties happening in the real world.
All the time.
All the time. Like, come on.
It's happening right now.
It's crazy.
The silo, for all its sci-fi trappings, reflects very real societal anxieties about surveillance, censorship, and the consolidation of power.
It's a mirror, basically.
It's a mirror.
Held up to our own world.
Exactly.
Okay, so if the harmonium is a warning,
right,
what's the solution?
That's the big question.
Is there any hope for the silo dwellers?
I hope so.
Or are they doomed to live under the thumb of the order forever?
I think the key lies in questioning.
Okay.
In challenging the accepted narratives.
Right.
In seeking truth. Even when it's dangerous, we see glimmers of that rebellious spirit in characters like Juliette and Sheriff Billings.
Right.
They refuse to accept the silo's version of reality.
Yeah, they want to know more.
They're driven by this hunger for knowledge, for justice.
Right.
For a better world.
I like that.
It's inspiring, right?
Yeah.
So it's about individual acts of courage.
Okay.
People pushing back against the system.
Yeah.
Even if it seems impossible.
Even if it seems impossible.
Exactly.
Okay. I like
Change rarely happens overnight. Yeah. Especially in a society as rigidly controlled as the silo.
Totally.
But by planting seeds of doubt.
Okay.
By exposing the cracks in the facade. Individuals can chip away at the foundations of oppression.
It's a process. It's a process.
It's a long process.
It's a slow process.
Yeah.
It's an often painful process.
Right?
But history has shown us time and again that even the most entrenched systems can be toppled when enough people rise up and demand something better.
All right. I'm feeling a little more optimistic now.
Would you?
But there's still so much we don't know.
Oh, there's so much.
What's the deal with that coded message?
I know, right?
Will Juliette uncover the truth about Silo 17?
What about Solo?
Yeah, and what's going to happen to poor Solo?
So many questions.
So many questions.
Those are questions for another deep dive, my friend.
Another deep dive, okay.
But that's the beauty of Silo, isn't it?
It keeps us guessing.
It keeps us on the edge of our seats.
Constantly questioning, constantly speculating, constantly craving more.
I can't wait for the next episode.
Me neither.
Until then, I guess we'll just have to keep digging through those fan theories and reviews, searching for clues, debating interpretations, maybe even coming up with some wild theories of our own.
I love a good fan theory.
Oh, me too.
And remember, the deep dive will be right here with you.
Always.
Every step of the way.
I'm so glad.
Ready to unpack all the twists and turns, all the shocking revelations, and all the thought-provoking themes that Silo has to offer.
So until next time, keep exploring,
keep questioning,
and keep diving deep.
I'll be here.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
This is your need to know.
Down below, where the steel walls rise, a world within, where truth wears disguise. Secrets buried, questions grow, in the silo where no one knows. We live by rules, we fear the sky, a broken past, we don't ask why. The screens show death, the ground is cursed, but who's to say what truth comes first? The mayor's smile, the sheriff's doubt, a silent truth we can't speak about. The lights flicker, the whispers grow in the silo where we don't know. Silo, where shadows fall, a world of lies behind the wall. Silo, who holds the key? The answers buried, will we ever see? Digging deeper, the brave will climb, searching the echoes of forgotten time. Books are burned, but questions remain. Why the silence? Why the pain? From the pack to the hidden core, what's the cost of wanting more? voices echo through the dome. Is the shelter or just a tomb? Silo, where shadows fall. A world of lies behind the wall. Silo, who holds the key? The answer's buried, will we ever see? Hope flickers like a candle's flame. A spark of truth can change the game. Some will rise while others fall. The silo holds them all. Through the corridors of rust and stone, seeking a truth we've never known. Freedom whispers beyond the steel, but can we trust the way we feel? Steps to climb, a risk to take. A fragile world we may unmake. The lies unravel, the fear takes hold. The story's ending yet untold. Silo, where shadows fall. A world of lies behind the wall. Silo, who holds the key? The answer's buried, will we ever see? Down below, the questions burn. Will we rise or will we turn? A world beyond or one we know. In the silo, the seeds will grow. Silo, our lives confined, but truth and hope are intertwined.